Hello my darlings, welcome back to another video as part of the Fashion Mumblr autumn edit. Every single day this week I have a new fashion video for you to help you get your wardrobe ready for the new season. Today's video, I have to say, I think is quite possibly my favorite because with these premium high street pieces, they are the kinds of pieces that make up the majority of my own wardrobe. They're not the uber expensive pieces that you have to save up weeks and months for, and yet they're just that step above those high street pieces. These, I have to say, are the most hard working items in my wardrobe. The quality and the style of these pieces are such that they will last me for so many years, and if you have been around my channel for a little while, you'll know that I am all about those classic investment pieces that we can wear year after year, and that's why I love this kind of, I like to call it the premium high street. So we're talking about retailers like Reiss, French Connection, Karen Millen, to name but a few. So in today's video, I'm going to be styling some new pieces from those retailers and letting you know which of the items are the perfect classic pieces that will be the most hard working pieces that you're going to get so much wear out of. Amazing price per wear. That is literally all of my fashion catchphrases in one intro. So I really hope you enjoy the video. Everything, as always, will be linked down below. And darlings, if you aren't already, then please do subscribe for more fashion videos and of course more vlogs after the autumn edit. So we're kicking off with what is the absolute #1 classic piece that, in my opinion, every girl should have in her autumn wardrobe, and it is a classic cream roll neck. I think that these lighter colors are so much more flattering, so fresh on the complexion, and a soft long sleeve roll neck such as this is what I like to call a perfect building block for your wardrobe. I have styled it really casually at the moment, just with a pair of legging style trousers. They're not really leggings because they don't have a huge amount of elasticity in them, and they look a little bit smarter than your typical legging style trousers. And these incredible boots, which you will have seen if you watched yesterday's video. I do of course have the 10% off for these Mumblr FF10 at the checkout because they are a little bit more of a premium purchase, but check out yesterday's video if you'd like to see more about the boots. But this for me is a typical everyday autumn outfit, appropriate for slightly more of a casual day's work, equally comfortable and cozy for wearing around the house. But this is the sort of thing that goes with so many things. I will dress this up with perhaps a brown woolen skirt, maybe a slightly shorter skirt and some over-knee boots when it starts to get a little bit chillier. A lovely high neck like this looks gorgeous underneath a gilet, underneath a coat. It really is incredibly versatile, and this one has no real design details. It literally is as classic and as timeless as they come. So you will know from the first video as part of the autumn edit that shearling is one of my top 10 most wearable trends for the autumn season. So of course this shearling gilet, which is from Reiss, yes, it is an investment piece, but it is again another of those really timeless things that we're going to wear for decades. Literally, I cannot even imagine myself not wanting to wear this when I'm in my 60s, in my 70s, and it's one of those really gorgeous high quality pieces that is not going out of fashion anytime soon. It's amazing how much warmth can be added to an outfit with a gilet, and this one is actually a really flattering fit where it's quite cropped. Really nice, thick, high collar. You can really bundle yourself up if it starts to get chilly. Chunky hardware such as the zip, and then of course you have got pockets, but the great thing about a gilet is you still feel like you have full movement of the arms if you're outside working or doing the shopping or even driving. Sometimes driving, I feel like if I'm in a coat, I just feel a little bit bundled in, whereas you don't get that with a gilet, so it really is the ultimate outerwear for autumn. You're now going to see just how versatile a top like this is, because the next few pieces that I have to share with you actually all go with this kind of base outfit. So a high roll neck jumper in a neutral color, leggings and a pair of boots. That could be the building block for so many different outfits. So the next thing that I have to share with you is a gorgeous long cardigan, yet another of the trend pieces that I mentioned in Monday's video. This one is from French Connection. Again, a beautiful neutral color, which just means that all these pieces fit together and work together so well because they are all on that slightly warmer neutral palette. This one has got a waist belt, so if you literally want to feel like you're wearing your dressing gown out in public, then this one is absolutely gorgeous. I like to tie in a little bow, and this is just 10 out of 10, the coziest outfit that you could possibly imagine for autumn. If you feel like an outfit like this is maybe a little bit too cozy and maybe a little bit casual, then I would recommend styling this up with some beautiful accessories. I have added one of my favorite autumn handbags. This is actually last year's YSL handbag, but I'm sure I'll be able to find something similar and leave it linked down below. And then just with a really lovely necklace and some stylish boots. It might be cozy, but it also looks absolutely fabulous, which for me is the perfect autumn outfit. What I just absolutely love about this autumn's trend pieces is that they are so practical. I never would have thought that one of my favorite retailers would be bringing out a jacket quite like this. This is the kind of thing that I like to pop on when I'm nipping down the garden, nipping to the gym, nipping to a fitness class. It's one of those things that is a real workhorse in your wardrobe. I think actually at all times of year, not just autumn. Again, if you saw the trends video on Monday, you'll know that this quilted pattern is really on trend again this year, thanks to the equestrian trend. And so this jacket just ticks so many boxes. Again, you've got little pockets to keep your coins or your phone safe. I am actually in the process of switching from iPhone over to Samsung, and I have the flip phone, and let me tell you, the fact that it folds down so small and goes in so many pockets so easily, it's just making my life so much easier. I better take it out before I forget it. So just over the roll neck and the leggings, you have ticked that equestrian trend box, and this is something that I feel really chic and stylish in, and yet it's very, very suitable if you live in the middle of nowhere, but equally chic given its on-trendness for city life as well. For the sake of variety, I have switched into a new top, but all of the rest of the things I'm about to show you would have worked really well with that roll neck as well. But this is another equally versatile top, not quite as warm, it just depends on where you live and where you spend most of your time in autumn winter. I like that you have a big exposed chest area on this one, and you do have that square neckline, which takes that trend off, and I think is very, very flattering, especially if you have a lovely necklace collection. I will leave my jewelry linked down below as well, and you still have my 20% off code for my jewelry, which I'll leave linked below. This one and my pearl bracelets are from my jewelry, and I have to say, timeless jewelry like this and my Missima pieces, also really great investments at this time of year, because a really simple outfit can be made so much more personal just with some really lovely jewelry. But yeah, this top, again, you've ticked that box with it being a neutral color, so it fits in really, really well. I think if you're going to be investing that little bit more price-wise, which let's face it, these pieces that I'm sharing with you in a premium high street haul are just that price point above the high street pieces, but they are your hardest working pieces. You want them to go with everything in your wardrobe, so having them in a neutral color, I think everything in this video is going to be neutral, so apologies if that's not your vibe, but it just makes them so versatile. Again, I've still got the same trousers and boots on, they really are incredible. I'm not even going to say what I normally say about the Reiss Tyne trousers. These are not from Reiss, these are from Karen Millen, these leggings. But if you don't already own a pair of Reiss Tyne trousers, I would highly recommend picking up a pair. I have a feeling my green, mossy green shade might actually be in the sale at the moment. Reiss have an amazing sale on right now. I did an edit in my last newsletter. I'll leave that linked down below for my favorites of the resale. But now let me show you a few different ways that I would layer up on top of an item like this. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's actually a body, so it clips in under the crotch, but that just means you always have a really nice fit and it's not going to ride up too much when you're wearing it. And here we are with another very practical piece. I have actually shown you this in a vlog, if you guys are keeping up with the vlogs, so I won't talk about it too much, but it's basically the most stylish, would you call this like a windbreaker or a raincoat? You've got a hood. It's definitely that kind of water-resistant material. Great for long walks when you don't want anything that's too heavy because you don't potentially want to overheat, but you do want to protect yourself from the elements. And honestly, I have never seen such a practical and stylish piece of outerwear as this. The snow white color, I just absolutely adore. It does actually have little drawstrings in here, so you can cinch it in and make it a really lovely feminine shape, or of course you can let them out if you just want it to be more of a boxy silhouette. As far as practical raincoats go, yes, this is very expensive, but do you even need me to say it? It's one of those pieces that, again, you're gonna have in your wardrobe for so many years, and if it's something that you're going to get a lot of wear out of, why not just invest that tiny bit more and get such a beautiful chic look for your practical outfit, as well as one that's going to keep you warm and dry. I think it's time we broke up the leggings outfits for a few minutes. This is something which is not a very typical me outfit, because this colour is not something that I really reached for before, but I am loving it this year. I think I'm just so inspired by my new surroundings that it's introduced a whole new colour palette for me. I have made it a little bit more me with my Gucci belt. This is another one that you can use my 10% off code on, by the way. I'll leave it linked down below. But I think it needs the belt because otherwise it is a lot of green and it's not quite as shapely as I want it to be. But you have got the elastication around the sleeves, which gives a really beautiful shape to the sleeves. A very relaxed neckline, once again great for showing off your necklaces, and a very elegant length. When it gets colder, I'll be wearing it with over-knee boots or just really nice toasty boots. But for now, while it's still mild, I'm not going to say warm, but while it's still mild, it's a really lovely outfit to wear with open-toe mules. Again, it could be styled with a gilet, add a lovely handbag, and you have another really beautiful, comfortable, yes, and easy to wear autumn outfit. This is obviously a pretty different vibe to the other outfits that I've showed you so far, but I cannot resist a pretty dress, and this one from Karen Millen is just absolutely beautiful. It definitely has a little bit of a Zimmermann vibe to it, which we all know I absolutely adore, but it's one of those gorgeous pieces that can be worn from spring, summer into autumn with the right accessory switchover, with over-knee boots, and again a really lovely jacket or coat thrown over the shoulders. At the moment I've styled it with some autumnal coloured shoes, but still quite a summery style. But a dress with these kind of design details in this kind of silhouette I will absolutely wear next summer and for many other summers to come, so I'm not afraid to add something like this to my wardrobe given the current circumstances. This is the kind of outfit that I live in summer, and I never say no to a beautiful new dress. I might actually try switching in my Gucci belt as well to see how that looks. And we're back in the comfort zone. Here we have another roll neck top. This one is considerably more slim fitting, more body fitting than the first one that I showed you. This is from Holland Cooper, a brand that so many of you messaged me about when we first moved to the countryside. They have really gorgeous classic pieces, but with beautiful design touches. This one in particular has these gorgeous little buttons on the shoulder, which gives it a little bit of a military equestrian kind of vibe, which I love. And you'll be pleased to know this is a different pair of leggings. These I actually found on the Outnet. I've started to keep much more of a close eye on the Outnet, especially for these more timeless pieces. But once again, just like the first outfit that I shared with you, this is another fantastic starting block for a more layered autumn look. So just to spice things up a little bit, I'm going to pop on my snake print boots from Dune last year. I think they might actually have these in stock this year as well, potentially even in the sale. And now I'm going to add another very practical piece, especially for when the temperatures drop. This is quite possibly the most gorgeous puffer coat I think I have ever seen. Oh my goodness, it is just absolute perfection. This is from Reese in that beautiful snow powdery white shade, which I think is just absolutely gorgeous. If we have a snow day, I will absolutely be getting this out. You have got a hood, so nicely protected from the elements, but it's just that most gorgeous, really soft, squishy padding that makes you feel like you're literally wearing your duvet out the house, which is always a lovely feeling. If you have a very feminine style and you love light colours like me, but you do appreciate that you do need slightly more practical things in your wardrobe, then this really is a fantastic investment. It's very different to the rest of the coats in my wardrobe. I don't think I have anything like this, and yet I think going through my first winter in the countryside in 12 years, it's been, no, 10 years that I lived in London. I think my first countryside winter in quite a while means it's a good time to treat myself to a lovely practical coat. A couple of design details to point out to you. The pockets, they look like they open this way, which they do. They have a little envelope pocket here, but actually the deeper part of the pocket is this hidden sideways section. Let's be honest, when we put our hands in our pockets, it's at this angle, not at this angle. So that's just a really nice, design detail that Reese have thought of, and it's those kind of extra thought processes that you get with the premium high street. It does also open up I think this could be particularly good if you're riding a bike or riding a horse, or just moving around a little bit more, gives the jacket a little bit more movement. I would definitely recommend a roll neck under something like this, because otherwise it is going to get a lot of makeup on there. If you do get makeup on here, I would just recommend just using a white flannel and a little bit of Vanish soap. That'll get it off. And then also the hood is removable in case you don't want that additional bit of bulk on there. So they really have thought of everything. Just to very quickly show you a different option for the top. This one doesn't have a fold over roll neck, but it does have very similar design details. You've got little gold buttons on this side. This is a lower price point than the Holland Cooper. It's actually from Karen Millen, and I feel like since they changed ownership, they are now in a slightly lower price category than they were before, and they regularly have sales, so definitely keep an eye on it. But they do have some really gorgeous classic pieces. Again, just very beautifully body fitting, very classic, so a perfect building block for the wardrobe. You can even layer up a top like this with a chunky cardigan. Chunky cardigans buttoned down the middle is another style which is really on trend for this autumn. This one is also from Reiss in a classic colour, so another very, very versatile piece. There's something a little bit granddaddy about this cardigan. It has a totally different look when it's worn without something underneath, but I think if you are definitely after those cozy vibes, then this is a fabulous option. And while I've got this on, I'll quickly give a shout out to the jumper that I wore in the first video, my trends video as part of the autumn edit. This jumper is from French Connection. I never thought I would love a brown jumper quite as much as I love this one. It has the most beautiful, interesting shape around the neckline and a voluminous sleeve that's very wearable. Sometimes voluminous sleeves can be a little bit too OTT, but this is a very wearable way of getting that trend into your wardrobe. Something else which can be styled with your favorite leggings or tight-fitting trousers, but also it'd look beautiful with a floaty skirt. I think I paired it with my See by Chloe or my Tory Burch skirt, and it would of course also look absolutely beautiful with a knitted skirt. And now, my darlings, we're going to finish with two classics. I feel like this is the time of year to really start looking at your knitwear collection, and with knitwear, I'm going to say quality over quantity, and it does make me very hypocritical because I have got a huge amount of knitwear in my collection, but let's just focus on the quality here. I think if you go down the super cheap route with knitwear, you can end up with so many jumpers that actually look a little bit tired after a couple of washes. This premium high street level is most definitely the place to go for knitwear, because these are the pieces that you want to look really stylish, work really hard, and they need to get better with age. I always treat myself to some lovely knitwear from Reiss at this time of year, and they have got two chunky jumpers at the moment that I am just absolutely in love with. The first is this one with a really sporty neckline. It's quite different to any other necklines that I've got in this kind of jumper. Feels a little bit like I'm about to do the school run, might even have a little game of tennis while I'm at it. There's something just a little bit more sporty about this neckline. Equally, I feel like this kind of knit wouldn't look out of place in a very chic ski resort. I wonder if we're going to be able to go skiing this winter. But this definitely gives me all kinds of alpine vibes. And finally, my darlings, we are finishing with an absolute classic, something that absolutely everybody needs in their wardrobe, and it is your chunky knit for the autumn winter season. It can actually be quite hard to find the perfect chunky knit. You want something that's chunky and warm and cozy, and yet not something that's going to completely swamp you and be really unflattering. As predicted, Reiss have delivered. This is a perfect kind of oatmeal-y shade. You've got that very, very chunky, cozy collar, but there's not too much additional chunky fabric going on the bodice. The sleeves are also the best length because they finish just above the wrist, obviously depending on your arm length, which just means they don't get in the way. You can still show off your nice jewellery or watch collection, but of course still full length enough to keep you nice and warm. So darlings, this is the perfect chunky knit for your autumn wardrobe, whether you're cozying up by the fire or adding a really nice piece of outerwear on top to head out to do your business for the day. This one is just absolutely perfect. There's a few different ways you can style the collar. Sometimes I like to have it fully up like this. Sometimes I will fold it down. But the most important thing is that it is incredibly cozy. So darlings, I really hope you found this video interesting and useful. Hopefully you'll have seen something that you absolutely love. I truly, hand on heart, think that all of these pieces are such wonderful investments from an autumn wardrobe and pieces that you will get so much use out of. Darlings, I know it's been a long one, so thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye.